think one of the important messages around the food that elite athletes eat is that we should all be eating the same food. Athletes are just really good at being consistent about eating these foods. It's really, really simple. What you want to try and do is meet your energy requirements, your macronutrient requirements, and then your micronutrient requirements. And the specific times that you eat these foods, obviously, as an athlete is really important. So on a heavy training day, you've got an increased requirement for carbohydrate, but you still want those from natural food sources. So your regular potatoes, really good. You get a source of potassium, fiber, but that carbohydrate is pretty readily available. Same with your porridge and oats, you've got a good carbohydrate there. And then if you're looking for a faster release carbohydrate or something to top up your carbohydrate source or requirements, then something like your rice cakes with some nut butter is a good example.
Yeah, I mean, even just in terms of potato, I mean, we have a sweet potato there, and that's kind of come on in trend, I suppose, the last couple of years, and sweet potato fries are everywhere now, that kind of thing. Like, what is the difference? I mean, if we're just breaking it down for general people as well, what is the difference between the two, and why is there kind of such a more leaning towards that, and people think this is kind of more healthier than this option?
I think because what you will see in general are trends. You see trends in every aspect of life, and you see trends in food. So I think if you look at food trends 10 years ago, it was probably pasta. And when I was in college and school, it was almost a fancy thing to be eating spaghetti bolognese. Now it's sweet potato, and it's things like quinoa and millet and different types of grains. Sweet potato is popular because it's tasty. It's easy to make in multiple different ways, but there's certainly nothing wrong with your traditional Irish potato. They both provide carbohydrate. The fibre component in the sweet potato is higher, the colour is higher, so it's got a higher level of beta-carotene, which makes it the orange colour that it has. It's a little bit slower to digest, but they're both good carbohydrate sources. So there's no reason why you shouldn't eat a normal potato versus sweet potato, except that this is new, it's novel, and of course it has its benefits, but so does normal potato.
When we think of healthy food, healthy living, we kind of think expensive diets are more complicated, a lot more preparation involved. But looking at this table, I mean, what strikes you is that it's all very normal food, simple food you can get down the local shop. I mean,
of course,
like that's there's a lot of fact and fiction, but actually
there is.
Drawing it all back, it's simple.
It's really simple, and the raw ingredients that I would use on any given day, even with the recipes that I'd be putting together for Food Flicker, are all from natural food sources. There's a protein source, there's a carbohydrate source, and there's a fat source. And what you need to do, and this is where the skill comes in, is flavouring them and making them enjoyable and making them tasty. So what works well with chicken? Well, chili works well with it, garlic works well with it, ginger works well with it, cumin. So it's about changing up the taste of each one of those ingredients, and I think that's where that's where I see the limitations. People think sweet potato, and then they get completely sick of eating sweet potato because they're just baking it with a bit of salt and paprika every single night. Anybody is going to get sick of that. There's 100 different ways to make any one of these individual ingredients. It's how you flavour it to your own taste that's important.